Alrighty, hello and welcome guys. My name is Efrosyni. Just before we get started, if you can say a quick hello, I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. 1 second. And that you can see me. So hello. Let me know that you guys can hear me and see me nice and clear. Awesome. Well, hello, g'day, kia ora, depending where you're at right now, guys. My name is Efrosyni. I'm going to be your presenter for the next 30 to 35 minutes or so as we essentially get ready to help you travel around the world. And just before we get started, my biggest recommendation to you guys, if you got yourself one of these, it's called an electronic income reducer sometimes because it's a distraction. But of course, I'll show you a way how this can actually make you money as well later on. But my biggest recommendation, if you put it on silent, or dare I say, turn it off for the next 30 to 35 minutes, because the person that invited you right now, maybe they send you a link to this webinar to watch this. It's something that they're very, very excited about. Or maybe they're sitting there watching it with you right now in their lounge room or in front of the computer. And essentially what we're doing is that we're inviting our friends and family to this exclusive VIP travel club. That the only way that you can be a part of it is if you get invited to the club. If you don't get invited, you can't join. You'll never see us advertised on a billboard or on television or things like that. We prefer to incentivize our friends and family to come and share with the world so we can go travel with our friends and family. Now, just before we get started, I want to hear from you guys. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you love to go? If you could go anywhere in the world right now, where would you love to go? I want to hear some cool destinations. Dave, Bora Bora, I'm right there with you. Hawaii, absolutely. Bora Bora is definitely a magical destination. I'm looking to doing that later on this year. Skies like home. Great Wall of China, great place, absolutely. Greek Islands, we'll show you how to do that later on, Tana. Dubai, absolutely great for shopping. Maldives, excellent. Actually, I would love to go to this particular spot that you can see on your screen right now. I'm not sure whether this is Phuket. It looks like Phuket. We were in Phuket last year in February. But it could be Vietnam as well, and I really want to go to Vietnam. Mongolia, of course. I don't know whether that was Nama or Damien that's actually saying that one. Excellent, guys. So, guys, I came across this information similar to you close to 8 years ago now. My brother invited me to share this idea with me. And at the time, I was one of those people that holidays for me was a very distant thing to do. Because I was living in London. I come from Cyprus. I spent half my life in Australia and the other half between Cyprus and the UK. And living in London and working in London, my version of a holiday at the time was jumping on a plane, going to Cyprus and seeing the family. But I also had a business in Cyprus as well, so it was never just a holiday. It was always a working holiday. And that was my life at the time. My life was basically work, home, work, home. In fact, my brother who shared this idea with me always used to say to me, sis, you got to stop and smell the roses. And I was like, leave me alone with these roses. You know, I'm too busy surviving right now, too busy making a living so I can pay the bills. And essentially, because I said yes to this information, guys, the last few years have been an amazing journey. Had a chance to basically travel all around the world, and I'll share with you some of our pictures, because we're able to partner up with a company that is disrupting the travel industry the same way that Skype and Uber and Netflix have come and disrupted their industry. That's exactly what our company DreamTrips is doing to the travel industry. We're giving a technology to people, to the masses, that enables people to find wholesale prices for their holidays, guaranteed wholesale prices, or you get to go for free, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on. And like Uber, if you choose to, you can also make some money with our company as well, and I'll share with you exactly how that works. And that's essentially what I saw when I joined a few years ago. I saw a life of freedom. I saw a way that can literally travel the world with people that you care about, build amazing memories, and at the same time build an extra side income that gives you more choices. This is just some of my pictures here with one of my heroes on the right, Alexander the Great. Skydiving, I love adventure. I've done skydiving 11 times since then. Picture in Spain, in Seville down the bottom. Vegas, you know, skiing in the mountains. Actually, I didn't ski there. I just went out and took the pictures because I'm not a big fan of skiing yet. Chichen Itza Pyramids, one of the 7 historical wonders of the world in Mexico. You know, battling with the bull of Wall Street over there down at the bottom left as well. And the picture that was kind of slightly cut off, that's actually riding in a 1920s classic limousine all over the streets of Budapest, which was absolutely magical. You know, castles and Colosseum in Rome, swimming with dolphins in Mexico, seeing the Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe, working with lions, so many cool experiences. But the picture I want to focus on for 1 second is on the bottom right. This picture means so much to me because ever since, this is probably going to show my age, but ever since I was a little kid, I remember watching cartoons, and there was a cartoon with Goofy. And Goofy had this magical little box. And I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember this. Had this magical little box that when he pressed the button, the box opened up to this huge caravan with a garden in front. And he could literally, through this magic box, he could drive anywhere he wanted to, open up this huge caravan, and just pretty much travel the world, building amazing memories because he could take this home and keep traveling the world. And I remember I must have been like 5 or 6 years old, and I remember going up to my mom and going, "Mom, I know what I want to do when I want to grow up. I want to go caravanning around the world." Now they say be careful what you wish for because you might just get it. A few years later, my family moved out to Australia because my dad's a geologist. He couldn't get a job in the mines. The mines had shut down in Cyprus. So he came out to Australia for a better future for us. Very, very tough beginning. I mean, we never really stayed in hotels or things like that on holidays. Funnily enough, we used to go caravanning because that's all my family could afford. And the thing is I had the pleasure of going to Disneyland in January last year. And I remember lining up for ages, okay, because I got to see Goofy and I wanted a picture with him. Now, if some of you are really looking at the picture, you're going, Efrosyni, that's not Goofy, that's Pluto. But I didn't realize it until after I took the picture. So ever since, and let's face it, who loves to travel? If you love to travel, just write "I do" on the chat, okay? If you love to travel, just write "I do," okay? Absolutely. I mean, I know some of you are sitting there thinking, hang on a minute, who doesn't like to travel? And essentially, this is one of the things that I saw when I first came across our company, guys. I looked at this and I said, okay, this is going to be the Facebook of travel because it's offering a product to the masses that everybody loves. And the cool thing about it is that we're very much an award-winning company. We've won numerous awards in the last 4 years from the world leading, the equivalent of the Oscars for the travel industry. That's what the World Travel Awards are. The World Travel Awards have been around for 20 years, to give you an idea. And every single year they're giving awards to all the different travel companies, whether it's world's leading airline, world's leading booking engine, world's leading travel club, and so on. We've won world's leading travel club 4 years in a row. From 2012, every single year we're winning this award. We've won world's leading booking engine several times, world's leading travel agency several times as well. So I'm going to show you how everything works with our company. And everything's downloaded on an app. Literally, as soon as we finish from this webinar, you can download the app straight from the App Store or Google Play, depending what kind of phone that you've got. And this will give you access to 2 types of travel. One is our booking engine, which is the award-winning booking engine. And it does everything you see on the left-hand side. So you can book anything from your flights, hotels, car rentals, activities, you name it. The difference between our booking engine and any other booking engine is we've got two technologies that enable you to ensure that you're going to get the best deal at all times. One is an algorithm called Rate Shrinker. And that basically what it does is scans the internet from the moment you book your flight. Let's say you book your flight 6 months from now, because sometimes we have this crazy idea that the further in advance that we book it, the better deal that we're going to get. And that's not always the case. Sometimes somewhere along the way, the airline decides to have a sale because they realize they got empty seats on that flight and they can't afford to have empty seats. And you might have spent $500 and booked it 6 months ago, and your friend that booked it last minute, 2 weeks before you fly, paid $350. Well, if that happens with us, the company automatically books you on the cheaper seats and gives you a refund straight to your card. You don't need to do anything. You'll just get an email and say, thank you, we found you a cheaper seat and we refunded you X amount of dollars straight to your account. So that's a pretty cool thing. The second thing that we have is what we call the Rovio price pledge. So what that means is that any flight or hotel that you book through your booking engine, if you find it like for like cheaper anywhere else, and you do a print screen and you send it to the company will refund you 150% of the difference back in Rovio bucks, which is our own currency that you can spend on the booking engine for future travel. In fact, we've had so many friends that have got refunds. I've got about 12 or 14 refunds in the last close to 8 years. We just had a recent team member, her name's Eleanor, police officer by profession. She literally just got signed up 2 weeks ago, booked flights to Bali, found them cheaper somewhere else, did a Rovio price pledge, and she was able to get $300 back, which is pretty much going to cover her flights for another trip that she's coming on with us later on, which is pretty cool. But the creme de la creme, our signature dish, is DreamTrips. This is curated holidays at amazing destinations around the world. And again, this comes with a promise that if you book a dream trip with us and you go find like for like cheaper anywhere else, the company will automatically give you a refund for the dream trip that you paid and you get to go for free. Now I'm going to show you some examples, and you're going to see from our examples why we're so confident that we're willing to give that sort of promise that you can get a full refund, which is unheard of in the travel industry. Now, we're doing close to 12,000 dream trips this year, guys. So if I went through every single one of them, we're going to be here for the next 3 days. So I'm going to give you an overview of some of the trips that we've got coming up. Let's have a look at Hong Kong here. Now, as you can see, every single trip includes different meals and also different tours. Some of the best things that you can do in a particular destination have been included. But it's not like traditional group travel where you get a set itinerary that you have to stick to every single day. You choose the things that you want to do. If you want to go and create your own itinerary, you can do that. If you want to enjoy some of the activities that are included and then add some things on top of that, you can do that as well. Now, you can have a look at the price. It's $780. This includes, you see that, 4 days, 3 nights, minimum 4 and 5 star hotels. We don't do cheap holidays. We're all about value, quality holidays. And as you can see from there as well, includes a ticket to Disneyland. Now, all of that is $780 per person. For 2 people, $1,560, but it gets better. If you have a look at the little bubble there that says apply up to 225 points, that's an additional discount off the already discounted price. See, whatever you paid to become a member of our club, dollar for dollar, you get back in points so you can spend on holidays. So it's like putting your first holiday on lay-by. And I'm going to show you exactly how that works shortly. I want to show you a few examples. We've got Tokyo here, $1,800 for 2 people for 5 days, 4 nights. Oh no, Tokyo is literally one of the most expensive cities in the world. You can't get a hotel in Tokyo that's a decent hotel for less than $400 and $500 per night, let alone $1,000 for 4 nights. Greece, I know someone said that they wanted to go to Greece earlier. This is a great resort in Greece. It's a 5-star spa resort, to give you an idea. And check this out. Look at all the meals that's included on this. 7 breakfasts, 6 dinners, and a Greek night that you can see later on. Plus, I mean, the Greeks know how to have a good time. I can vouch for that. Plus a lot of excursions as well. Once you take off the points, it's $1,000 for 2 people in Greece with pretty much all your meals included. Now, that's what, $120 per day? For one thing, in Australia, you can't find a 5-star hotel for less than $200 to $250 a day, let alone meals and all the rest of it. If you're into cruises, this is a cruise in the Caribbean, 6 nights with all your meals included. Again, $1,000 for 2 people. Hamilton Island, a wonderful trip. We actually just got back from this in December. We did the Great Barrier Reef. And the Great Barrier Reef alone is $300 just to do that one excursion, to give you an idea. There was about 200 of us on this particular trip. It was phenomenal, guys. I mean, going to the Great Barrier Reef, we also went to it from our booking engine, and we added a helicopter ride on top of that. And I'll tell you what, it's one thing to snorkel in the Great Barrier Reef. It's so much more magical when you do a helicopter ride and you see the Great Barrier Reef in all its majestic beauty. Dubai, I know someone wanted to say go to Dubai. So 5 days, 4 nights staying at the Fairmont. In fact, you can go to the Fairmont website and you can see that rooms at the Fairmont start from about $400 per night. Okay. Venice, one of the most romantic cities in the world. Now check this one out. This also includes a Venetian Palace gala dinner. Now that is a peak experience. Plus a whole bunch of meals as well. Northern Lights in Norway. If you've ever wanted to see the Northern Lights, this is one of the best places to do it. And it's got a dog sledding activity as well. So you can see, guys, you know, from beach holidays to cold destinations, to history, to culture, to, you know, Canary Islands, you can see here, or a lot of luxury. This is Hayman Island at their one and only resort. We had one of our friends price this, one of our members. He said he went to the Hayman Island website and he found this trip like for like without the meals that we include and the welcome reception. Just for the accommodation, it was $6,400. So as you can see, just from this trip, you already saved $4,000, and that doesn't include the savings that you get because you're not paying for all those meals that you're getting as well. So Christchurch, New Zealand. Very excited. I'm going to New Zealand very soon. One of my favorite countries in the world. Now this is in Christchurch as well. 4 days, 3 nights. As you can see there. Cairns in Australia. Now we also do what we call welcome dream trips. So if you see on the top right hand corner, it says welcome dream trips. This is dream trips that when you take in your first 90 days, like for example, I can see Karen just joined about a week ago, so congratulations Karen. So because Karen is a brand new member, she's been in less than the 90 days, she'll get access to these welcome dream trips at a different price to the existing members that have been around longer than 90 days like us. So as you can see, there's got 2 prices. For Karen, who's a new member, she'd be able to pay $318 per person minus 50 points. So her as the member would pay $270 for her and $318 for her guest. Us as an existing member, we would spend $417 and then we take 100 points off. So again, that would work out $317 for us and $417 for our guest. Now, this here, you're about to book a Gold Coast dream trip. Awesome. That's the next one that I've got here. Actually, Paris first. So if you've ever wanted to go to Paris, check this price out for Paris. $300 to stay in Paris for 3 nights. I mean, this is crazy. Gold Coast, I think this is the one that you're booking, Karen. Check this out. This includes Dreamworld and Whitewater World as well. We've got Orlando, Florida, including a ticket to Universal Park. You know, New York, one of the best places in the world to go shopping. This is staying at the Times Square Renaissance. So guys, we do a lot of trips, but we also do Voluntourism trips as well. So if you've ever wanted to go give back, you can join us and along with a lot of charities that we partnered up with, traveling all around the world to third world countries like Guatemala and Africa, where we've built schools We build orphanages. In fact, in Thailand, we got one of the trips that we got coming up is to go to Blessed Homes, which is an orphanage. Help us to fix up the orphanage. You do 2 days of community service, and then you finish it off with a couple of days of holidays as well. So all of this you can do from your app, guys. We've also launched a dining option as well. So what that means, I'm actually going to a restaurant tonight. When you go to a restaurant and you get your receipt, we're partnered up with over 30,000 restaurants around the world, and you get a percentage of your receipt. You get back in points, dollar for dollar, to spend on holidays. So you can literally eat your way to a trip. This is absolutely crazy. And on top of that, I call it the icing on the cake, is our 24 hours a day, 7 days a week concierge service. Now, all of these, there's 2 levels of membership. One level is the entry level, which is $220 US once in your life, and $54 US on a monthly basis. Approximately in Australian dollars, it's about $270 Australian once in your life, and about $70 Australian on a monthly basis. And Platinum, which is the most popular option, is $330 US once in your life, and $110 US on a monthly basis, which again works out to about $400 and $430 Australian once in your life, and about $130 Australian on a monthly basis. Now, here's the crazy thing. You see on the bottom of it, it says as soon as you join Gold or Platinum, you get 200 or 300 points back. So essentially whatever you pay to be a member of the club, exclusive of GST, because that goes straight to the government, of course, you get back in points. $1 is 1 point to deduct off the DreamTrips that you've seen earlier. And on your 12-month anniversary, to thank you for being a loyal member, we're going to give you all back your monthly membership. So your $600, you'll get 600 points back on your 12-month anniversary, or your $1,200, you get $1,200 back on your 12-month anniversary to go spend on more holidays. And guys, this is one of the reasons we're growing at such a rapid rate right now. And what's really cool is that if you go tell 4 of your friends and they get started as members as well, our company will waive you your monthly fees for life. As long as those 4 remain active, your monthly fees will be waived for life. So guys, this is one of our resort takeovers that we did in Cancun in Mexico. I was very fortunate I was on this trip. I mean, this is the really cool thing about WorldVentures. You get to travel with like-minded individuals, build amazing memories, make new friends as well. And if you refer 4 friends, you get your monthly membership for free, but you still get all your points on your 12-month anniversary. So it's like having a travel savings account that essentially becomes your passport to the world. So that's the first part, guys. This is pretty much a no-brainer. That's what we always tell people, because essentially if you spend $200, you get $200 back. How much did it cost you? Or if you spend $300, you get $300 back. What did it cost you? People are going to go on holidays anyway. Now that you've seen wholesale, why would you want to pay retail? That's why we say it's a no-brainer. Now, I'm going to take you through the second part, which is a business opportunity. It's a way to make some extra income over and above what you're already doing by helping us market our club to the world. Now, this part here is absolutely optional. By the end of this, you might turn around and say, Efrosyni, love it. I just want to be a customer and just go on the holidays, grab your little blue sign and start traveling the world with us. Or you might be one of those people that's looking at this right now. You might be in a similar situation to what I was close to 8 years ago, where you're just like working hard, survival mode, and need a change, need something different, need a better quality of life. You know, maybe you've been looking for something, or maybe there's been something inside of you that's just been asking the question of, there's got to be more to life than this. We can't just be here on this earth to work 40 hours a week for 40 years of our life to hopefully one day when we retire, close to 70 now, so maybe 50 years of our life, then we get 40% of our income called superannuation, and hopefully we can survive on that. I don't think that's what we're here for in this world. We weren't meant to come and born to live in this world so we can survive. We're born in this world to thrive, but sometimes it's about having the right vehicle that enables you to thrive rather than survive. And that's what WorldVentures can be, guys. It's a business you can work from home. You can set your own hours. You're partnering up with a company that's been around for 11 years. We're a rock solid company. We're not a company trying things out just to see what works. We've already done it. Last year we did close to $1 billion in revenue. Close to $1 billion in revenue. I just want to let that sink in there. So pretty big things that we're actually doing as a company. In fact, when I joined, we were just doing just over $100 million a year, and I thought that was phenomenal, let alone close to $1 billion a year. Now, what you can see over there, we're open in 30 countries. We're getting ready to launch our 31st and 32nd country very, very, very soon. Very excited about this. And we're number 32 biggest direct sales company in the world. So I know a lot of people sometimes have come across companies in direct sales that are usually, you know, your lotions and your potions and your pills and things like that. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of great companies out there. But me personally, I couldn't get excited about trying to convince my friend what juice to drink or what pill to take. But I could always get excited talking about holidays, because holidays is one of those things that is a natural conversation. When your friend comes on holidays, it's natural to ask them how their holiday went. You know, how was it? Where'd you go? What are the kind of places we should go see if we go on holidays? It's a natural conversation. It's a water cooler conversation. And that's what got me excited, that it's a product that sells itself. Now, as I shared earlier, it's a business. So for you to be able to share this with your friends, you can come in as an independent representative, like the person that invited you. It'll cost you $110 US, inclusive of GST, once in your life, and $12 a month. And you can do this, guys, in your spare time, part-time, or full-time. But what's cool is just by getting started, you can turn around and say, hey, look, I just partnered up with Shaquille O'Neal on a project. Because Shaquille joined us in May last year for a couple of reasons. One, he showed us a way that he can help a lot more people. Because you can appreciate when you're worth $350 million, you get a lot of friends. But he saw this as a way that he can help his friends help themselves rather than just giving out handouts. And the other thing is as well is that you'll see from the world's most successful people, pretty much everybody that is successful they're successful because they have multiple sources of income. They don't rely on one safe, secure job to pay the bills, and if there's money left over, hopefully put it away for a rainy day. And hopefully that rainy day doesn't come, so then you can invest that money and then it can give you quality of life. That's not going to help you get ahead. Multiple sources of incomes. You can have your job, your plan A, to pay your bills, to put a roof over your head, to give you the security. But my recommendation, and anybody that you read that's successful, you know, if you look at Warren Buffett, one of the world's wealthiest individuals, worth $87 billion, he's got quite a few hundred different income streams. And one of the things that he always says, he goes, find a way to make money while you sleep, otherwise you'll work until you die. Now, I remember the first time that I actually heard that saying, I couldn't sleep for a couple of nights because I couldn't get it in my head. I was going, how can I make money while I sleep? Well, here's the really cool thing. I've shared this concept with a few, who shared it with a few, who shared it with a few. Now my business is in 30 countries. It's about to go in 31 countries. When I go to sleep here in Australia, the UK wakes up. My business grows in the UK while I'm asleep. And over there as well, when I'm in the UK, my business in Australia grows as well. So this is what got me excited about WorldVentures. Now having celebrities jump on board just basically reinforces that we're on a great track. You know, Shamar Moore just jumped on board. He's a mainstay of Criminal Minds. And I know there's a lot of DreamTrips stalking going on right now to find out which DreamTrip is going on. Because, I mean, check out his abs. I mean, the guy is super good looking. But the cool thing about it, he did an interview recently. When he joined WorldVentures, he did an interview and he said that he was planning to take some time off from acting so he could go travel the world with his family and friends. Now, I don't know if that's a coincidence, but, you know, it sounds too much of a coincidence for me. Now, we highlight to everybody, guys, there's no guarantees regarding income. Your income in WorldVentures is based on your own level of skills and effort. And it's funny, some people see this slide and they go, there's no guarantees. Well, let me ask you this, is there a guarantee in your job? Is there a guarantee 6 months down the track you're going to have a job, you're going to have an income? Is there a guarantee 6 months down the track that you're going to have the same paycheck and not get a pay cut? Do you see what I mean? And this is the crazy thing, guys, is the only guarantee in life is us. You know, we can never control the wind, but we can always adjust ourselves. And that's what I love helping people to do. I love helping people create a vehicle that can enable them to recession-proof themselves. Now I'm going to show you how the money works. I'm going to keep it real simple. The first step is help you enroll 4 customers. Once you enroll 4 customers to the club, now as you saw from the product side of it, you recommend 4 customers, your monthly DreamTrips membership fees are waived. Which means the only expense you're going to have after that is that $12 a month for your business, which is a pint of beer on a monthly basis. Now, on top of that, if you're a representative, you refer 4 customers, you make $180 cash if they're gold. If they're platinum, and you do that within a calendar month, you'll make $700 cash. So right now it's the 16th of February. You get started, you go get 6 before the end of February, you'll make $700 cash. Which is pretty crazy to make 4 sales and make that sort of income. In fact, if you make 6 sales before the end of the calendar month, check out the cash that you'll make for platinum. $950 cash. Now, I don't know any other business where by getting 6 customers, all of a sudden you make your money back and you almost double your money. Now, if you don't do it by the end of the calendar month, it means you'll make slightly less commissions, purely because it's the way the commission structure is worked out. But that's what I get people to focus on, guys. Let's help you get started. Let's help you get your 4. Let's help you get your 6. You also get paid based on helping your team generate sales as well. But the coolest income is the residual income. Is the income you keep getting paid every single month for something you did in the past. And in our company, it kicks off when you build a team of 60 customers if they're gold. If they're platinum, it's only 30. Then our company will start paying you up to $500 a month every single month. Now, what kind of a difference would it make in your life if you had an extra $500 US, which is about $650 Australian, coming in every single month? Pay off some bills, pay off some credit cards. For some people, it would prevent them from actually living from paycheck to paycheck. And I know we've all been there. I mean, I've been in situations where paying for my electricity was a challenge. You know, paying for my mortgage. I almost, quite a few years ago, I almost lost my home because, adversity hit, and all of a sudden I found myself in a difficult situation. An extra few $100 a month would have made a lot of difference. Now, my mentor always says, he goes, see as far as you can see, and when you get there, you'll be able to see further. And the bigger the team, the bigger the income. Essentially, you get paid a little bit of the effort of a lot. But the cool thing about it is that it comes with a foolproof training system that teaches you step by step exactly what you need to do in order to make this work. And we've got a lot of online training, but the creme de la creme is our big events, guys. In fact, our next big event is called Momentum, and it's in Brisbane on the 3rd of March. And this is what I'm going to put it down to. My mentor always said to me, he goes, the people that plug into the trainings consistently make an average of 10 times more money than the people that don't. Now, I don't know about you, but as a business owner, if there was a way for me to increase my revenue by tenfold, I knew I was in. And you get to learn from people that are walk the walk. They've been there where we have been as well, starting from zero, not knowing what you're doing. And they get to a level where they're making minimum $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month to even qualify to train us. In fact, one of the trainers that's going to be in Brisbane is actually a guy, the #1 income earner in my organization. His name is Savas Christofi. To give you an idea, I coached him, mentored him, ex-army guy, made a lot of mistakes at the beginning, but he was coachable, he was hungry. The guy's $1 million a year earner. That means he makes more than $1 million a year. drives a Ferrari, lives in his dream home. Now those results are not typical, but he was exceptional. Not in terms of talent, but in terms of work ethic. He just went out and for 2 years went hard, started doing presentations every single day, every single night, pretty much almost 7 days a week. That's why he gets to enjoy the lifestyle that he's got right now. And there's going to be another amazing trainer called Eric Allen, who's also at the highest level of the company, joining him, and our director of training, Mr. Marcusetta. And this is what I want to finish off with, guys. I mean, essentially right now you've got a couple of options. Option one, you can just be a customer of the club, grab your little blue sign, start ticking things off your bucket list. Or option two, if you want to make some money with us, my biggest recommendation, get started for the business, but more importantly, get booked and come and join us in Brisbane Momentum. Because the people that make this business work, the people that make this a success are leaders, and leaders are always born in seminars. Now to recap, I've got a lot of people in my organization. I've got people in my organization that when I started working with them, I mean, there's this one couple in Greece called Yorgos and Kiki, George and Kiki. When they started, they didn't have electricity in their house for 3 months. They were working 3 different jobs in Greece, found it difficult to make ends meet, very, very behind on everything, saw this as a vehicle to help them change their future, borrowed the money to get started, and then just went hard. Now within 3 months of joining WorldVentures, they got to the level where they're making an extra $600 every single month. Now $600 might not sound like a lot to you guys living in Australia, because our average salary is like $1,000 a week. But when in Greece, where the average salary in Greece is 400 euros a month, which is about $600 a month, they got to that level within 3 months. And then a few months later, they were able to double it. Now, they're a young married couple. They weren't planning to have kids because they said, we can't afford to feed ourselves. How are we going to support a family? So they were able to get their life back and start working on having a family now. And I've got so many stories in our organization as well. My biggest thing is I am always looking for the next person that's ready to create a new story for them. And if you feel like right now you're watching this and something tugged inside of you and you want to make a change in your life, great. Get back to the person that invited you to this webinar. Let them know which part you like best. And if you're in it as well for all in, that means you want to make the money work as well as go on the holidays. Great. Get booked in Momentum, and I look forward to seeing you there, and more importantly, building amazing memories and helping you take your life to the next level. Thank you, and welcome to WorldVentures.